A video Just Pearl released about, I don't know, like a day ago. She pretty much kind of explained why she don't never talk about her enemies. And pretty much this is what she said, and I'm going to make a clarification of what she said 2 days ago. Here we go.
What's your inspiration for your current look? Luchador, a little bit Dolly Parton, a little bit Barbie. The Holy Trinity. I grew up in the cheesiest Western wear that you can imagine.
What up, guys? Welcome to my coffee talks. Today, I want to talk about how my enemies always seem to take out themselves. So for those of you that don't know, in 2023, I skyrocketed to fame. And I was famous for red pill and conservative content. And during that period, I made some...
Not really. You was just famous for the red pill stuff, right? And she helped a few people along the way, which I'm going to show you. But I'm going to let her finish it.
Enemies. It was a lot of times it was one-sided. But for years, there have been these hit pieces, these channels that just attack everybody. And what I've found is in the long run, my enemies are always involved in much weirder stuff than me. For example, there was a girl who's been attacking me for years. Just baseless stuff, making fun of me, saying I'm weird, whatever. And it turned out that she lives with cat poop on the floor.
She talking about Brittany Vinci, who don't have a man. All she does is make videos, and all she has for pretty much inside people is cats, right? She was crying on the stream about her cat. Ooh, a cat. And people really people talked about her, right? Mind you, Brittany Vinci, I'm going to show you a history with her. She turned on a person who saved her ass and got her back on YouTube and helped her get some kind of monetization off there.
Right. Another one, she, called into my show, said I make these bad life decisions. She makes such awesome life decisions. And it comes out that she was banging her boss while making her husband wait till marriage. And, she aborted his kid. Then there was a recent one, which I guess just happened, where a guy who, for those of you that don't know Fresh and Fit, they also do red pill content. There was a reaction channel that would constantly attack the red pill, right? Constantly say that we were degenerates, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out that he got a woman pregnant and was begging her to get an abortion. And what I found is in the long run, a lot of the people that are just attacking everybody are just involved in some weird, stuff I just would never be caught up in. Now, look, I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I'm not saying I don't have skeletons, but there's just some stuff I'm like, that would just never happen to me. And I'm not even saying I'm that good, right? But it's like hard drugs, I just have never been tempted. And I've had opportunities to do really hard drugs. It wouldn't happen to me. Yeah, I don't wish to do that. Abortion, I just wouldn't have one. That just would, I think there's people that I could say, okay, I could see the reason they're upset, if Lizzo ever responded to me, I'm like, I've called you fat a million times. If you're going to come back at me, I kind of deserve that. You know what I mean? But, people that are just impolite and just their whole brand is just to criticize everybody. So what I realized during this process is there's just a lot of people that are losers in this world. And I was never meant to hear their opinion. You have no idea how many mentally unstable people are just walking around day to day. And I think if you're a stable person, if you're not on antidepressants, you kind of just...
Now, mind you, everybody talks about how Just Pearl can't get a man, but she stayed with a boyfriend. She just don't make the guy public because she knows exactly how these people are. One of the person did post her boyfriend.
assume they're the same. Or, if you're not crashing out and you're not crazy, you just kind of assume that everyone else is not. So anyways, I was talking to Doug MPA, and Doug MPA was like, this reaction channel, right, has made so many videos about you. Aren't you gonna celebrate? Like, why aren't you celebrating? And I'm like, look, Doug MPA, I just was never meant to hear their they're just kind of losers, right? You always assume that the high on our floor. That's whose opinion in the first place was ever caring what they had to say. And you kind of check in.
And I kind of respect her mindset, right? Because that's the kind of mindset that I have. Everybody been making videos about her, Just Pearl, and then she don't never respond. She treat them like a peons. Like, y'all don't matter. And she doesn't have one response to any of these people. And many people have response to her. She just let them go. She's like, who cares?
And you see them later, you just kind of see they're like mean people, they're bitter, on antidepressants, fat, and you just see how their life goes. And you feel so silly for ever like being hurt or taking their opinion seriously to begin with. Give you another example.
Anniversary trip to Tokyo? With Expedia, you can bundle and save on your flight, hotel, and car.
Give you another example. There was a girl that, I don't know, I thought we were friends, and then it turned out she was like sending our messages into a group chat and making fun of me, right? And I was thinking about it, like, when I was young, this would have really hurt my feelings. I would have thought, what did I do to deserve this? And now I'm thinking, that's just a bitch, right? And it's just funny when you get older in life, you realize that people's treatment towards you just do not take it as personal as you used to when you were younger. Because most of the time, like if I've ever been mean to someone, it was actually my lack of patience. Like I get annoyed kind of easy, and sometimes I'll talk shit when I'm annoyed. And this is just a flaw of mine. And really, it's not, sometimes I get annoyed over the stupidest stuff. It doesn't really have anything to do with them. Like when I say it out loud, I'm like, oh, that's like nothing. Why am I so annoyed? And a lot of people, they're struggling with like their inner demons, and it's got nothing to do with you. So now that this guy has taken the red pill after shitting on it for a decade, all I got to say is most of the people that shit on the red pill will become examples of it, number one. Number two, my enemies take out themselves. And three, I don't know how he has a platform to begin with. I'm not even going to say his name, but this is a guy who's overweight. They can't really do live content. And they're just by all metrics of life, not anybody whose opinion I would take seriously. And, you know, that's really my final thought is just remember, if you hear someone's opinion and it hurts you, to look at who's telling you that.
Okay, now you hear from her. Now, Brittany Venti can't talk shit about nobody. She has a lot of skeletons in the closet. If I go around the shit that Brittany Venti did and said, from talking about Andrew Wilson's wife's dead kid, or sending CP to Rollo Tomaso and trying to get him to open it in his email to try to get him locked up, literally sending one of her crazy people there, and then I think one of them ended up getting like almost arrested for that. And her relationships, her failed relationships, that and also she did blackface. People tend to forget that Brittany Venti did blackface, right? Because she's sticking it to Just Pearl, right? So let's see, Think Before You Sleep. And mind you, Brittany Venti, this is the closest that Brittany Venti will ever probably get to marriage. That literally. So let's go.
So it's over, folks. Think before you sleep, and Britney's relationship is donezo. This was revealed in Think Before You Sleep's 2-hour epic response video to Noah Samson in regards to the Illumination drama. Think Before You Sleep.
Now, mind you, Think Before You Sleep is not being he nobody take him seriously no more because he basically dated Brittany Venti. She pretty much destroyed his career because he used to be kind of the black pill, red pill type of channel. And then when you pop up with somebody like Brittany Venti who's critical of the red pill, it takes your credibility away from you. So people don't want to listen to him no more.
And went on to It's a Gundam's Strayer to talk about many things. But of course, the topic of a breakup is too hot and juicy for its
media no more, my man. I get the hell off the internet and I start trying to live life. So 1 minute, out of nowhere, boom, Brittany Venti is engaged to Think Before You Sleep. And I'm like, they were dating? When did this happen?
We were together for like a year before that.
A year in today's timeline is 5 minutes.
Yeah, basically.
So then, before I know it, there's like weddings. I missed all of them. I think you went to one, right? Or did she go?
We went to Chrissy's wedding, and then there was a
yeah,
wedding.
That's the one I was going to crash.
I went to like 3 different weddings with her or something like that. Like,
yeah.
A lot of people getting married.
Yes.
Now, mind you, Brittany Venti was sad the fact that she wasn't in her own wedding. And that's the reason why she gave Before You Sleep a chance. Because from what I was told, and everybody knew, I think, that's what they were saying, that he was a hang-around of hers. She finally gave him a chance. But then she seen what kind of piece of shit person she was and broke up with him because she wanted another guy. And then that didn't work out, and now she's single online fucking with people. Mainly Just Pearl and other people.
Exactly.
Sure.
Okay. So the wedding thing starts hitting. And as a dude, unless like I really care, I don't care. I'm a liar.
Just me thought it was all over. Brittany Venti just called her ex-fiance, Sean the Bird, a bitch. She tweets, quote, "Did Elmo call out Big Bird? That yellow bitch and his big beak has had it coming."
Battery level
now,
is
look,
80%.
anyone who's been following my content knows that we call Think Before You Sleep, aka Sean, Bird. Because he has a resemblance to Big Bird. Not only in terms of his facials, but his demeanor. You know, his fucking soy boy beta cucked attitude. He always has this fucking like bird ass look on his face, you know? And look, I have it on pretty good authority. Brittany Venti watches the show. She watches my content. Cause I mean, think about it, like why when that yellow big ass, you know, just kind of like a rando say. So yeah, I mean, she's very clearly calling out Sean Bird. They want to go on fucking Twitter, talk all this shit on people, cracking jokes. But dude, seriously, if you disagree with him, even the slightest, or crack a joke back at him, he just blocks you. Cause he's a bitch. Total fucking bitch. He is such a bitch and a fucking phony that he literally faked an engagement to Brittany Venti because he was so fucking insecure about being called an incel. He thought in his fucking bird brain that if he faked a relationship, had a stunt ship with Brittany Venti, people would stop thinking he's a total fucking loser. Yeah, well, guess what, Bird? Didn't fucking work. You didn't get your fucking beak wet. I mean, seriously, who the fuck actually believes that these two were fucking engaged?
Well, they was, because we saw the ring. I don't know why this content creator's probably lying. But everybody knew that she was using them for clout. And yeah.
And it's how sad, because you know what? If Brittany had played her cards better, if she had just managed her brand better, she would literally be such a big YouTuber right now. I really believe that. If she had just managed herself better, she would be a much better YouTuber. But no, but instead she fumbled every opportunity she ever had. She fumbled big time. Okay, because she was so much more concerned about being lay edgy and saying the M-word. So now she's slumming it at NYC Anime Con.
I told y'all I was right.
Stellar Blade is cheating. Brittany Venti confirms my first. Like cartoon CP. Or Brittany says like, well, users who watch CP. Clearly, Brittany Venti Heelan not only does she have a problem with men who play video games, they'll watch anime. So yeah, dude. And what is the two things if you look at Sean TBYS's Think Before You Sleep's community posts, the two things.
You're wrong. The ex-boyfriend she cheated on him with is currently living with now in his parents' house along with Julia. He is a huge anime fan and gamer. That's why Brittany brought up the initial D and bought him a multi-house gaming setup. Sean is a porn addict, knew this going in. If this was the reason, she knew it and still tried to make it work for him for a year and a half after rejecting him for several other guys for a year. My theory is Brittany is a closet dominatrix. She was trolling him from the start to prove she can control the red pill content creator and not getting sex in a relationship and be happy about it. She didn't do the final reveal before she revealed how terrible it would make her look. Look at that, man. Look at that lore. That's some beautiful lore right there.
Post-engagement breakdown, Brittany has been ruthless against the men. She has been fucking nasty. And
Brittany has deleted most of her videos.
And Think Before You Sleep, aka Sean, aka
Ding dong, it's Realtor.com time.
Honey, Mortgage Bunny 6 says we should
look like an expert.
Less embarrassing answer than this comical Joe Biden impression. He tried his best Biden impression there.
Things like COVID, like kind of say like, well, if
with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
By the way, guys, I am serious. Like, let me know if you understood what he was trying to say. Where did even COVID come from? Like, what was he trying to say? I mean, the way he embarrassed himself there was actually brutal, bro. Like, he tried to dodge the first question, by saying, oh, just manosphere, don't worry about it. But then the host plunged the dagger with the follow-up question. No, you ain't fluffing this off, you ain't dodging this. Brutal stuff, bro. And look at their facial expressions, guys. That little smirk. The host knows exactly what he was doing. I bet you 100% he himself instructed her to ask that first question. When he...
do we... or is it sat Madison down? So, chat. Oh, Nick, can you pull up the... By the way, we are going to do a burping. Just stay tuned for that.
I'm absolutely not doing that.
I'm a white male, and I've walked down the street many times feeling unsafe. Surely it can't only be women who feel unsafe. In fact, thanks to... You'll also...
They're dipping down, they're 34-year-old men are dating the 20-year-olds.
So that we would go right here. So Brittany came at Pearl, and pretty much... her life is not freaky clean. She went against the person who actually helped her out. She's now in a war. She's in a war with another content creator who basically gave her a platform, and they used to be friends, but just because they didn't do something that Brittany didn't want, they at odds now, right? Then you have this chick right here, Danica Marie, who talked shit about Pearl, and her friends, they broke up or whatever. Not friends no more. Now,
a married woman...
Now let's talk about the fact that I don't think Fem Sapien and Just Pearl ain't friends anymore, right? And I think she was talking about her, about who was sending chats or something, right? Because you don't hear them together anymore, right? She helped. I'm gonna tell you this now, based off the anti-red pillers. Most of the red pill guys actually do help each other, right? Pearl helped male talent to get more views. And she propped up a whole bunch of people. Real Femme Sapien, she popped her up with this viral video. Let's see.
The name of Allie just went viral on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter for explaining how to marry a high value man. It was real simple. Someone just asked her.
And this guy's fake as fuck too, because he just a reaction channel who don't have any kind of thing, because he don't do his research on shit. He used clips from he would use clips from was it prank channels, and I know those prank channels people, and I'm like, that's fake, that those are prank channels, those people from prank channels. But he doesn't do the clarification, right? So this Allie girl is Real Femme Sapien, right? Her background was she was married in the military, and she ended up divorcing her husband to go with her higher command. So the man she's married now, she's with one of the dudes that she cheated on her husband with.
They were recording her and they asked her, hey, I noticed you have a nice ring on your finger. How did you get the man that you have? And the reason it went viral wasn't because they were taking notes. It was because they didn't like what she had to say. All right, guys, no more wasting time. Let's get it.
Okay, Allie, show me your ring.
Oh, here.
Now, tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Good answer.
Well, I became a better human being, and
Now, that was fake. She was in the military, which I have a video on my channel of her going back and forth with an anti-red pill guy who tried to grift off the red pill, but now he's doing Disney Channel entertainment shit now. He failed going against the manosphere, by the way. Everything this shit was made up was a lie. And everybody took it apart. Everybody, including myself.
I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
Yes, this is protein. Warm, crispy, fluffy protein.
Hello. Are you tired of your morning routine? Escape the 24/7 freshness with Old Spice Fiji and smell like you've got some PTO from your BO. Looking good, boss.
From what I see on Twitter, there's very much a call for me to talk about this stuff. Are you kidding me?
Well,
Can you imagine if I didn't? That's not bullying, though.
A married woman by the name of Allie just went viral on TikTok, Instagram.
Human being. That was the secret.
So what are your...
And mind you, she was on every platform. She was on whatever podcast. She was on Pearl podcast. I think she was on Fresh and Fit podcast. And then, 3 years in, she got mad because she kept getting called out about her being fake. And I think I have a video about her too. And yeah, she was fake red pill. She did it for the subscribers. And then she went to conservative to take their side, and they didn't believe her, and they was like, fuck you. And then basically she ain't that.
Good Sunday morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today?
Let's see. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, here we go. This fucking fool right here, she picked a fight with Just Pearl, and now in 2026, she's pretty irrelevant. Nobody cares about her. She tried to make a movement. Let's rant about Nashville shooting and red pill. And she barely can get anything. That's what happens when you grift. So then, the Danica Marie, she got mad because people was taking Pearl's side of it and hers.
Can we see it?
And
you only can protect kings now. Y'all gotta differentiate when y'all talking about.
Let's. Oops. Let's go. Here we go.
Social media, she kind of took Just Play Things with her, which I think helped Just Play Things grow so fast for the past couple of months. But the reason why I want to focus on her because Real Femme Sapien represents a lot of the type of females who I see entering the manosphere red pill space, right? These are typically women like what, right? And the same thing I think is, this is typically women like what? These are women who spend most of their lives being feminist, most of their lives being quote-unquote rebellious, most of their lives, trying to turn the patriarchy. And then just as they're about to hit that magical number...
Yup, and he was right about that. Like, if you look at her right here, she young. And then you look at her now, she is really raggedy. She is really raggedy.
Just about to have magical number. All of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, now they believe in traditional values. All of a sudden, they go through this epiphany phase where they want to settle down, they want to get married, they want a high value man who's going to spoil them, right? I see this pattern. But what I typically notice about women is that women like this is that none of these women ever.
Here go the Lord. Literally, she left her husband for a 50-year-old cash cow. And y'all figuring this out now? Yup. She chose a beta deluxe. Wants to run it out. Guess where the ex will go to? I saw a video of her husband. He's no alpha. Old and balding. She's going to divorce him once these kids. And to guarantee her child support payments. She is not the stay-at-home wife. She is not the stay-at-home wife. She is a content creator. Her whole premise is a lie. Okay, y'all act like child support payment is so huge. I'm the mind. That tiny is life-changing. Exactly. It adds up, dumb shit. Her husband outranks her in the military. Yup. Like I said, I'm not lying. She dates old men and tries to fill the void that her father left her and go milk the store and never come back. She had plenty of red flags, tattoos, and previous relationships. She's ran through many times in the tunnel. Body count, housewife, blah blah. Yeah, she got to divorce him. I don't know if she's still with the guy. I think she's still with the guy. I'm gonna try to check. Yeah, cause she took those. I told her she was a fraud on her page. Let's see. She married to her current husband when she was 24 and 25. She only 23 right now. I don't think that is correct. She made a video that went viral when she was around 27. She had a divorce. She divorced her military husband and was still only just engaged this past. She was supported by her fiance. Yep. She said her husband is a physical physicist. Do he make six figures? Yes. I thought he was in the military. Yes, he was. Her husband is not a physician, a physical. Big difference. Yup. People called this shit out like years ago, man. And Pearl helped build this chick up. And guess
Lysol disinfectant spray can prevent mold and mildew growth. Spray it every week to break the cycle.
So you 27. You got you an older guy. What made you go for the older guy? What made you say, okay, I'm rocking with this guy?
To be honest, I got tired of millennial men. I kept trying to help them build, trying to be a support network. And they weren't doing nothing with it. They were not doing anything.
Now remember that this is 2022 when she was still with the red pill. Now we're gonna see her channel now. And how she looks right now.
I am a 100% organic woman in my early 30s, and I'm not going to get any plastic surgery done on my face. I'm not going to get any Botox done. Liberals don't understand. They don't understand that most Republicans are feminist. Most Republicans, if you dig deeper in their beliefs, like, they are liberal. I know I look good. Like, they were having, like, premonitions from the demon world. You're messing up the vibe. And
now she's not. She did the same shit she did the red pill. Now she doesn't want to be the conservative. She tried to use the conservative thing and then it didn't work. Because she's talking about Republicans. Whew. And look, the fans pretty much backed away from her. You could tell by her makeup that she covering that shit up.
welcome back to the Real Femme Sapien YouTube channel, where I give cultural commentary. And today we are going to be talking about race relations in America, welcome back to the Real Femme Sapien YouTube channel, where I give...
You could tell she's fucking ragged, and she got fucking her makeup. You can see the cover-ups and shit, man. So yeah, so that's what happened with Just Pearl, right? All the enemies, all the people she built, and that's it, right? So Just Pearl is kind of a chess player of some sorts.